one.
Hi guys, this is Asen here once again, and today I'm going to talk about investment. Yes, investment. I know many of you must be shocked hearing the word investment from me, but apart from a day trader, swing trader, I do also put my money in investment. Though there is a common thing in all these three process. Again, my investment process also depend on the chart. Yes, purely on chart. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share how a simple chart setup help to find out the hot stocks which are in strong momentum. I would say it as a momentum investing with a limited risk and very high reward. So without wasting the time, let's understand this process. So this is a presentation. This is my presentation which I gave at a Trader Carnival 2018. So title was Investment Through Aroon Indicator. You can follow me on Twitter. It's a Sand Stock Trader. Okay, so process is very simple. My aim is to find out a stocks which are about to explode, and there is a particular chart setup which suggests that trend is about to set up. A big trend is about to set up. So for this process, what I'm using is a simple chart setup. So here is the guide for that. I use this for this chart setup. I'm using a weekly chart. Yes, only and only weekly. No daily, no hourly, no monthly. And our only indicator is Aroon Indicator. Guys, I know many of you must have not even heard about Aroon Indicator, but let me tell you, Aroon Indicator is one of the most underrated indicator in technical analysis field, founded by a great Indian-born technician Tushar Chande. This indicator can do a wonder whenever we apply these on a weekly chart. Here, what I'm using is a setting. Aroon setting I'm using is a 25. Yes, this Aroon indicator has a two component, Aroon up and Aroon down. Let me show you on chart. Okay, so here is the chart, and the bottom you can see is a Aroon indicator setting. As I said, I'm using the setting of 25 period. So green line is the Aroon up line and red line is the Aroon down line. Okay, so as I said, I'm using a weekly chart and one indicator, Aroon indicator. Now, a bullish signal candle. We need to find out a bullish signal candle. When Aroon up crosses Aroon down from the below on weekly chart and the volume is higher compared to the last week candle, and Aroon up is above 30. These conditions, whenever are met, it is a best setup for the investment. And what would be the buy entry? Buy entry would be above high of a bullish candle. If this candle size is a less than or equal to 10%, that means candle which weekly candle which has given a buy signal should not be more than 10% of stock price. If that candle is more than 15%, then it is a good idea to wait for some retracement. And what could be the retracement? We can use a 23.6% to 38.6% fibo level. So the idea is stock has already rise 15% in a week. So I will wait for some pullback toward a 23.6 to 38.6 fibo, and then I will enter for a buy trade. Same is it true if the candle is too big. Let's say in a week only stock gain 20%, then it does not make sense to buy the stock on breakout. Rather, I would wait for a some pullback toward 38.6% to 50% of the FIBO level. Doing this, I can reduce my risk and I can get a low risk, high reward entry. Let's understand this process through the chart. So let me pull the chart. Okay, so this is the Bajaj FinServ weekly chart. As you can see, we have weekly chart, and at the bottom, I have a Aroon indicator with a setting of 25. This chart I already discussed during Traders Carnival because at that time this was the stock which I added recently. And here a signal I have already marked on the chart. Let me add volume. Volume I guess is missing. Just a minute. Insert indicator. I will add the volume for better understanding. Okay, so here is the volume. Good. Okay, so by this was the signal, buy signal. This candle one. Just let me pull out chart tool so I can, yeah. Here is the Aroon up is the green line and Aroon down is the red line. So here is the crossover. I'm looking for this crossover only, and this crossover, and find out the candle where this crossover happened. So this was the candle where this crossover happened. So this crossover is suggesting me that the big bullish trend is about to start. So above this candle high, somewhere here, I entered around 5,540 levels, something like that. And still I'm holding this stock. And as it is a large cap stock, so for large cap stock, I keep stop loss of 10% from my entry level. And I keep on trading this stop loss and keep on holding this stock unless my 10% stop loss get hit. So here I enter around, as I said, I enter around 5,514 and still holding because my 10% trailing stop loss is not hit. So I'm still holding and see the performance. Stock has given me a fantastic, around 20%, around 17% return. So why I like this setup? Because nowadays there's a lot of talk about the multi baggers, small cap, micro cap stocks. Instead, I would like to focus on CNX 200 stocks, such as stocks which are meeting this criteria. Because trading this big stock has a limited risk compared to that small cap and micro cap. Even is throughout the year, if I get just only 4 and 5, or even 3 or 4, such a net profitable trade, then also I can make, let's understand, I'm making 10% in a trade, such a trade, trading a large cap stock, and I have only net 4 such a trade, then also I'm gonna make 40% return. Even if I make a 30% return in a year, it is excellent. Big investor in the world has a CAGR of around 25 to 30%. So this is how I trade a large cap stock using this setup. So this was one of the setup. I'm already holding this stock. There was one more, a large cap stock, Nifty 50 Asian Paint, which I added based on the same chart setup. Okay, here is Asian Paint. Okay, so here this was a bullish Aroon cross. Here was the bullish cross. Uh, just hold on. Okay, so I think okay. Anyway, this was the bullish cross, and this was the signal candle, or I would say confirmation candle. So I enter around the same level, 1232, around 1232, and still holding the stocks. And the stock has, look at this stock, what a momentum this stock has picked up after the entry. And stock is quoting around 1352. So I'm already 10% up in a large cap stock called like Asian Paint, where my risk is very much limited. Apart from these two, recently Exide industry has met this criteria. I missed out those entry. Here it was an entry, this signal. Let me clear this. Okay, okay, okay. So Exide industry, here it was a bullish Aroon cross. This was the signal candle. So above 226, or okay, this was the signal candle. So about 241 was a buy entry, and see within a few weeks it already touched 275. It's more than 15% return would have been achieved. But I missed this entry. But still, Aroon up is above Aroon down and showing a strong trend. I'm waiting for pullback to enter this stock for the investing purpose. So that's how I'm using this strategy to enter the momentum stock, which are the hot stocks based on momentum. And that's how I have done. I'm using this strategy from last 3 to 4 years. You can check on my Twitter account. You will find a lot of such a startup which I shared, which have resulted in 30, 40, and 100% return as well. I hope this will help you. With this, I'm Science Stock Trader saying bye bye.